Whether you need a face mask for yourself and just a few friends, or you'd like to make dozens for a place in need, this is one of the simplest masks you can make in under 10 minutes and just using some old sheets and pillowcases that you have lying around the house. I'm Diane with Craft to Care. Please hit that subscribe button for new videos each week where you can learn to craft and create to help others. To make your face mask, you will need plates, and that is to trace out the circle pattern. You will also need some old sheets or pillowcases that you have lying around that you'd like to cut up. Also some elastic. You preferably would use 1/8 of an inch elastic. I only had 1/4 inch, so I'll be cutting that in half later. You'll need a tape measure. You'll also need a pair of scissors for cutting out your circle shape, and a pen for drawing the shape around the plate. Next, a needle and thread for hand sewing, or you can use a sewing machine to make your mask even quicker, and an iron if you have it for pressing out the fabric. Now this is a 10-inch plate, so you can make a 10-inch circle, and you can see on the mask how far around that goes. If you'd like a little larger, we have an 11-inch plate, so just look at what size your plates are and what size you would like. Then you'll lay your plate down. I'm going to make an 11-inch one today, and we're going to trace around there with our pen, and then we will just cut around the fabric until we have our circle shape cut out. Now if you have a right side and wrong side of the fabric, you will fold it in half with the right sides or the brighter pretty pattern side folded together. So put those right sides together, then just give it a quick iron just to flatten it out good. I'm simply pinning it so that the pieces don't move as we're going to cut down that straight edge. So now that's open. We're going to sew along the top edge, but first we'll mark about 2 inches in from the corner, and then another 2 inches. We're going to leave that opening in our mask, and that will be where we can put our mask filter in. So we'll mark that off, and next you're just going to stitch along that rounded edge, leaving again the opening. So stitch up to that first pen mark and then up to the second pen mark. So we now have a 2-inch opening, and right there that is, and that will be where our filter goes in. So now once we've done that, we're going to fold our mask with the ends together. So we'll just put those 2 stitched ends together and line them up, just like so. And then if you'd like to keep it in place a little easier, you can put a pin in there and pin that. So that'll stay together, and now you're going to stitch again that open end. So you're going to stitch all the way around that edge, either by hand stitching or by machine stitching. So we're just going to kind of fold our mask out the way it goes, make sure those cut edges are lined up, and we will stitch along there. We'll go all the way around, no need to leave any opening this time. And once that's all stitched up, you can see there's still our opening for our mask, and now through that opening we're going to turn it right side out, so all of our stitching will be on the inside of our mask and you won't see it. I'm going to flip that through, push out those corners on the edges, make sure it's all opened up. There's our filter opening again. That'll be on the inside of our mask. There we go. And there's your mask shape. You can see now that it looks like a mask. Then if you'd like, you can iron it a little bit more just so it's a little bit more in place and holds its shape a little better. Then from those little corners, we're going to measure in about 1/2 inch, just from those little pointed corners. I'm going to fold that in, and you can press that down a little you like, or you can just hold it, pin it down, and we're going to sew along there, and those are going to make a little trough to put our elastic in. Once you've sewn that, you have your trough for your elastic. You're going to cut about 9-inch piece of elastic. Now I'm cutting mine in half because remember, 1/8 of an inch elastic is perfect for this. Then you're going to feed your elastic through the little trough you made and simply knot the elastic, and that will be for your ear. Now what I like about this mask is if that elastic goes bad or rips or has a problem with it, you can always just replace the elastic. So it's not sewn in, you just feed it through, so you can always replace it if you need to. If you had trouble feeding it through and you have a tapestry needle, you can just put it through like that. It's a much quicker way to get the elastic in there. So now your mask is all finished. Very quickly, it has your inside filter hole yet. You can put a coffee filter or a tissue or just some extra fabric in there for some extra protection. If you have any comments or suggestions, please share them in the comments down below. And also let me know how you'll be making masks to bless others.